in a week that involved some Origin controversy, maybe one of the most entertaining rounds of the year. One of our own sort of made the most headlines. Gene, you want to tell us about the weekend you had?
Mr. Popular himself. The most feared man in the NRL, mind you. Not Liam Martin, not Payne Haas. John Claude Bitter.
Right, you can call me Mr. Blue Tick these days because I got my blue tick on Instagram.
Let's fucking go, baby!
I'm just sitting there on my couch and a journalist calls me up and he's like, "Hey, I've seen your videos are going viral. I want to get an interview with you because I've seen the club's blocked you." He calls me up 10, 15 minutes, asks me some questions, some weird questions as well. Like, what do you do for work? I'm like, how's that even relevant? So that's why at the end it says
the most carpenter was not phased.
Yeah. No. Apprentice carpenter.
I'm not an apprentice. No, but he called me up. He's like, we're going to write an article about you. And obviously it's gone a long way now. And we'll see where it takes us from here.
And your following just keeps on growing.
Hey.
Like a follower said to me, he's like, your following is like Bitcoin. It just keeps shooting up.
JC Bitcoin, we're gonna jump on it, man.
Yeah, I'll make that.
Yeah, let's make a what's it called? What are they called? Those
I can't think of that.
What are they called? What are those currencies?
Just a coin.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
I reckon it's JC coin.
Let's shoot it to the moon. We'll go rich.
We do not give financial advice, but
But which moon? The Flanagan moon.
Yeah, we'll call it the Flano Express.
yeah.
We'll shoot it and then absolutely skyrocket.
Incredible.
But no, we had some big drama in the NRL this week. There's a lot of movement happening. We had the Origin happening.
Yeah, that June 30 deadline. I think everyone's trying to.
Bro, like Cobbo, today, there's been about 7 different reports with Cobbo. First, he's going to Dragons. Then there's Cowboys have jumped in for the deal, and then now reports are saying that Cowboys haven't even contacted him.
But I heard that Broncos offered him half of what he's on at the moment.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right.
What's he on at the moment? Like 600? They offered him like 350?
I think he's on 700 or 600, around that, yeah. So they probably offered him about 350, 400. And his management, at the start of the year, was asking for 7 figures. So I don't know where he's going to go with that.
Well, obviously, the way that the Dragons have done it, I think they've played it into his playbooks rather than our own. They've offered him 18 months. So the 6 months this year and then the year next year. And then obviously after that, Perth comes in. So he's going to go get his $1 million at Perth, bro.
Yeah.
So,
but they're going to play the fullback card and he's going to try and bump up the price. So.
Is he worth more than 500-600 in your opinion?
No, in my opinion.
Bro, see, like...
What do you reckon?
No, I don't think so, man.
See, like, I was speaking to you a bit earlier before and I was saying, like, you were asking me, is he a like-for-like swap for Sloan? And in my opinion, it is a like-for-like. It's just one's a big body and one's got the speed. Cobbo is one of the laziest players, not just winger. He's one of the laziest players. Like, you see when he walks onto the field, bro, everything's done at like 10%. He has no effort to his game.
And you guys are already paying Sloan 500-600K to seemingly play reserve grade for the rest of the year.
Bit sideways.
I personally prefer Sloan because he's homegrown talent. He's been around the team. He knows the boys and stuff. But, bro, what are we going to go for a 600 at Cobbo for? Is he going to solve anything for us?
I think Sloan is a bit more better on the ball and offers a bit more X factor than Cobbo. But Cobbo on his day is pretty deadly, man. But it just when does that day come around?
Look, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like, bro, we've seen him have a couple of big games, but how often do they happen?
Barely these days.
You're lucky to get him
rare.
You're lucky to get 5 good games out of him.
Bro, Josiah Karapani's starting over him. What does that tell you?
Bro, they even had Dean Mariner push him out of his spot for a bit.
There you go.
Like, I don't know what the fuck the club's thinking about going ahead with this Cobbo bullshit because unless you're going to get him at max potential for 100% of his games,
not
then
worth it.
It's definitely not worth it.
There's no way you can guarantee that with any player anyway.
Speaking of homegrown talent getting told that they're free to leave, we've had Sloan and Talon De Silva both in the same week told.
Well, I think Cobbo's more of a Sloan and Cobbo are more of a they're more of a surprise. I expected Talon De Silva to walk away from the club, only for the fact that Api Coruscant's not peaked yet in his age. He's what, 30? Is he 29, 30?
Not sure how old he's, but you'd say he's still have a nice 3 years.
Yeah, easy, bro.
Yeah.
Talon De Silva's not going to sit on the bench and wait for it, and he can start at any club that he wants to go to. Really. I'm saying, but he's got the talent to start.
A lot of potential. Yeah, a lot of potential.
Look at the lower end teams, like, bro, I can see him move into like an Eels or something, but
I can see Bulldogs making a play at him.
Yeah, even the Bulldogs with Reid Marnie getting told that he needs to fuck off.
Because I don't know who you guys. Oh, Bailey Hayward can play 9, but I don't know if you got any juniors coming through that are good at hooker.
Look, we do have a couple. We tried Sexton at 9 as well. That worked all right.
Please, let's not talk about their juniors because every time the guy says they've got good juniors, they go and sign another junior from a different club. Go fuck yourself, you. Bro, I can't believe.
We're not allowed to. We'll take good care of him. Don't worry.
Look, he was already signed for you to go next year, but why this year? For what reason?
We had a
Are you guys rage baiting me at this point?
We had a spare spot in the top 30. May as well well use it.
Who dropped out? You just got fucking Galvin.
We left a spare spot, a couple of spare spots by the sounds of it then.
How many spare spots do you have?
At least 2.
I don't know how many spots you got left.
Well, nah, Gus said we're done.
You got 2 left, don't you?
Us with for now leaving.
Molo,
now we've got
Molo
one.
dropped out as well.
And Molo dropped out so we could bring in, I think.
Clemmer.
Clemmer, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then now that Finau Latu's gone, obviously they're clearing it up for probably Cobbo to come in.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
If you're not going to offer him the 5-600, I don't think he's coming.
Couldn't care less, to be honest.
But do you play him at fullback and move Gutherson to centre, or you keep him?
I do not play someone that lazy at fullback. But at least with Sloan, when people say to us, "Oh, Sloan can't catch a high ball," at least he tried to do things for us. Imagine having a fullback like that doesn't even care about playing footy.
Sloan has a lot of effort. He's just missing some key parts to his game.
Literally. And those key parts are just confidence things, bro. Being able to jump under a high ball is a confidence thing.
They can be improved as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I can't see much. When Cobbo's on his day, I can't see much more improvement in his game than what Sloan can offer to that team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you guys take him at your club?
The Bulldogs don't need him.
Would you take him at your club?
I've already got Latrell Mitchell who's lazy enough. I don't need another lazy
Not
player.
even over Isaiah Tass?
Oh, Isaiah Tass isn't even starting this week, so thank the Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How would you compare someone Cobbo to Marcelo Montoya?
In terms of ceiling, Cobbo's got a better ceiling, but in terms of effort, Montoya's all over him. Montoya's 100% effort,
And
0% skill.
That's what our club's built on now. Effort.
But effort can only get you so far. You need some X factor. But the wing's
Look,
not.
I feel ya.
The wing's not like the.
I feel like effort can get you further than X Factor.
Definitely, but if the whole team's effort, there needs to be an X factor.
Yeah, of course.
So like, the wing's not really where you needed it. You need it in your spine, and you got that with Galvin. So, and now you've got Finau Latu, who's fucking Tino 2.0. Coming this year.
We've just got like I don't know what
does
our plan is for
does
the
he play
future.
this year? You reckon?
I highly doubt it.
I don't think so.
Because with Jack Todd coming back.
So
next
why the
week,
fuck sign him for this year?
the guys tweeted we want to manage his recovery and get him running for next year.
But you guys got a few contracts expiring this year, don't you?
Not this year.
Next year.
Yeah,
They've got Crichton, Burden,
next year-
Kickout,
next year there's a
Preston all
couple
coming
coming
off
off.
next year.
Jeez.
Next year there's a couple.
So
coming
there's
up.
gonna
rough,
they're gonna lose
bro.
a couple of players next year.
We've already re-signed Hayward, Mann, and Salmon moving forward.
Yeah. Salmon.
Yeah, Salmon got the longest contract out of the three of them.
Bro, he's got some dirt on Serraldo.
Hayward and Mann were both signed for an extra year.
He has
Salmon got an extra
some
3.
heavy dirt on Serraldo,
Yeah,
bro.
look, I don't know. But look, like even if you look at our team right now, I don't even know how Leo Thompson gets in. Aside from the obvious Luca Fafita drops.
Do you want to know
out.
something? I've heard some little whispers that you guys have actually tried to pull out of that Leo Thompson move.
Maybe,
You guys
never know.
have been watching him. You guys have been watching him saying that he's not worth the 850 that we originally offered, and you guys were actually trying to look for a replacement. I think it was like, what were the reports saying? Like Moses Leota instead for who's half the price.
What a player as well. Look, I don't think the NRL would let us pull out. I don't know the technicalities behind it, but I don't think
850k for someone like that, man. That's absurd.
Look,
Bro, you know what you can do? Just like set him up, frame him, take a photo of him naked, and say, "Oh, look at this guy."
he doesn't fit our culture anymore.
That's it. Expelled.
Enough about naked players, bro. That Origin game, if anyone needs to ever be belted, it's actually fucking Klein, bro. 8 penalties to 0 in the first half. Have you ever seen a worse refereeing performance than that?
It's never happened.
Definitely not.
It's never happened.
Bro, we were watching it, and like I genuinely tried to take the bias out of it. I know there's a couple of moments like when Estes John Jones Lomax wanted to throw a fucking 6 to 12.
I don't know how you thought that wasn't a penalty, bro.
Because initially, what it looks like is he's trying to push him off him.
He didn't know his head was there. He didn't know. He's just trying to get up, and the elbow just come through. We saw it happen again on the weekend. Like it's just instinct. You're trying to push. You're trying to get out of the tackle, and you move your.
But
elbow.
there's a couple of moments that stood out blatantly for me. There's one where Tino dropped the absolute shit out of the ball, and he said, "Play on." They almost scored off it. Everyone stopped. Even the Queensland players.
I think we would have been better off if we just let it go because that would have got overruled in the bunker. But then
Bro,
again,
who knows with the fucking
you
bunker
never know these
days.
days.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where we started to get over him in the first half, and then they dropped it coming off the tap. Remember, they got a penalty, and they dropped it off the tap.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "You guys were offside. Why did it take you 30 seconds to make that call?"
Yeah, very late call.
See, and this is my problem with this. This is probably the biggest game all year during the mid-season, like in the regular season.
Yeah.
And we're not sitting here talking about the game. We're talking about the referee's performance. And Ashley Klein always likes to be the center of attention at every game. And now he's been recalled into Game 3, bro.
Bro, it just reminds me of that photo I told you about. Him with the turban on and the beard. Bombing every game.
I actually saw. I was watching a bit of a 360 yesterday. Buzz Rothfield said that they've got like the referees have like a recording system of how they measure performance. It goes into like correct calls, wrong calls, calls made on the fly, whatever the system is. But they have a point system, and he said that Klein is a million miles above second place.
Wow.
In their system.
Are they measuring from lowest to highest?
Or just
Sorry, what is it?
just general, or are we
So,
talking
so
about
like
that game?
however they accumulate their
Yeah,
points.
but overall, he's got
Overall,
yeah, fair
overall
enough.
for the year. Sorry.
Are they like measuring from lowest to highest? Because that guy's a fucking moron, mate.
Allegedly not.
Bro, I just, for me, I can't stand when a referee gets too involved in an Origin game. All right, if you want to do it during the regular season, but Origin is the game where it's like our window shop for like the rest of the world, basically.
Remember
like,
Game 3 last year? He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He was so quiet Game 3 last year.
Bro, someone said to me, because I made a rant about it, someone said to me he needs to shove that whistle up his ass and try not to fart for 80 minutes because then the game will flow.
Fair enough, okay. That's one way of putting it.
Bro, it was... we're not going to go back to last week's joke,
Please no.
No, but it's the best way to put it, bro. But other than that, like, who was your standout player from that game? From both teams. Give me a standout player from both teams.
I thought Harry Grant shined a little bit more than Munster did. I thought they were both very, very good. I thought Harry Grant was best on field, but...
And for the Blues? No one.
Toto.
Literally, just Toto.
Yeah. Like, you can't really give anyone else much credit.
Yeah, with all his run meters, Toto is definitely my...
Bro, didn't he hit like close to 250?
250 or something, 260 I think
Definitely
it
got
was.
close to 250 at least.
Toto was my player for the Blues. For Maroons, I think both the back rowers killed it, man.
Capewell was unreal.
Colin defense was unreal.
And that's
as
because
well.
of someone's rant that Capewell turned
Bro,
up.
he was diving into players like they were glory holes, mate. He was fucking going headfirst into every tackle.
You reckon he watched your video as well?
Bro, he was watching a different video to mine. I'll tell you that much. No, but he actually did all right. And every time I bag a player, they always come out and do all right. So hopefully, please, this week just
do the reverse curse on Lomax.
You just play not fucking Lomax, someone else. Fuck Lomax, cuz it's the battle of the Ahu Sharmutas, as Hectic Fred said this exact this time. But bro, I agree with you with the Toto. Toto was our best on field, bro. His effort, everything was just at 100%. Like the only thing you can fault is his non-ability to jump, and that's the
Which
only.
you can barely really fault.
Yeah.
He's only what? I think he is 6 foot. He's not that short.
Yeah, he's not sure. I think he's 5'10", 5'11".
No, I'm pretty sure he's 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He'll probably tell you he's 6 foot
Yeah,
himself.
I thought he was 6'3", 6'4".
Nah, but for the Queensland, it was definitely Munster. Head and shoulders above everyone else. The way he fucking ran that game, bro.
Yeah, he was unreal.
Especially for the first 40 minutes. The second half, I'll tell you, there's not one Queensland.
Yeah, you can't count any
It's
Queensland.
not that hard to run a game when you got the ball the whole
Yeah,
time.
literally. But, bro, he was everywhere. He was everywhere for them.
Even the errors, like all the penalties against us. All right, 3 or 4 of them I agree with, but the rest were just forced. They weren't there, man.
Look, even if the 8 penalties we conceded were fair, Queensland weren't perfect for 45 minutes to concede a penalty.
And the penalty count was 2-2 in the second half, wasn't it?
It was very
And
low.
look how many tries we
Very
scored.
low, yeah.
5 tries. No, in the second half, it was 4 tries to
4
0.
tries, exactly.
4 tries to 0.
And we had the exact same penalty count, the same ball and the same everything.
Bro, did you see what
didn't
Gus
we score
said?
more? No, we scored 5.
Nah, 5 in the
One
game,
of the
but
first
4.
half.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see what Gus said, the moron? I don't know if you've seen the video.
I've seen most things that Gus says.
Because Cam Smith brings up a clip of him last week saying, Queensland don't have more than 2 tries in them. We're going to blow them out if blah, blah, blah.
I did see this one.
And then Cam Smith goes, look at you. And he's like, I didn't get it wrong. Well, you did get it wrong, mate.
No, what pissed me off the most was we have the 2 best centres on the field and in the game playing, and they barely saw the ball.
Yeah.
When they did, Crichton scored, and Latrell set up Toto 2 or 3 times.
Latrell made
But
2
every
tries
time we
easy.
spread to the edges on the try line, it was a try. It was a guaranteed moment. Or if it wasn't a try, it was something to actually put pressure onto him.
We had them covered in our
You know,
backs
the 2
easy.
moments that pissed me off the most was the continuous short balls to Payne Haas when he wasn't even meant to get him.
Yeah.
The first half, all right, he put his hand out. He was meant to get it. There was a complete 3-on-1. But the second half, they spammed it.
Yeah, they did.
And then the one that pissed me off even more than that was, it was in a crucial moment of the game where Connor Watson just kept going short side, and then on
passed
last
it
tackle,
out.
he
Threw it
died.
out, yeah.
Bro, that one, I actually wanted to fucking headbutt the
Oh,
TV.
look, I watched it back and I could see what he was trying to do, but not at that crucial point in the game.
Bro, if you look at it properly, they had 4 defenders. We only had 3 attackers there. There was no room to move.
I think I remember on the overlap we had them, didn't we?
We did have
Someone at the back.
Yeah,
we had
Edwards
them.
coming around the back.
Yeah.
But he passed to the winger instead of Edwards.
Yeah, the pass was just off. Yeah, you can't get that execution wrong. At that
I
point.
think even with all those mistakes, what pissed me off the most was Lomax's kicking, bro. 6 from 6 on the weekend, and he couldn't.
Yeah,
2
how do you
from
explain
5?
that?
He's
man?
another bloke that watches my videos. Bro, did you see Eels posted something like they were tallying up his goals and then they had like the shush emoji? It was like their what's it called? What's that thing called? The fucking caption. It was the shush emoji.
Yeah. I know.
I'm like, bro, you cunts are fucking aiming this at me. You wait and see when I'm fucking down there when he's kicking goal. I hope it's not kicking any goals at Wollongong.
I think he might be kicking a
Bro,
few.
But
6 from 6.
You watch if he gets 6 from 6 at Wollongong. I'm gonna be in his ear the whole time. You know, like that LeBron meme where the bloke's like whispering in his ear. That's gonna be me. But bro, 6 from 6, and he's across the first 2 games were 3 from 10.
To be fair, 1 hit the post and 2 were just like inches away.
So marginal, man.
Were they in or not?
What?
Were they in?
They were.
Or were they out?
They were in around the back.
They were out. But at the end of the day, you can't be scoring more tries than the opposition and losing the game.
Yeah, of course, especially at that level.
Kind of sounds like a Dragons thing, eh?
Are you a fuckwit? We're not talking Dragons yet. We're not talking Dragons yet. No, but you know, another thing that's really burning me is we have the best hole runner in the game in our team, and they're playing him in the middle.
But he did play well.
He did, but that's not my problem. Why don't you play to his strengths?
Who are they going to bring off?
Bro, Liam and Angus weren't as impactful as we wanted them to be. Why didn't they shift Angus to 13 and then play Hudson on the edge?
It's not a bad shot, but this is Laurie Daly we're talking about as well.
He's very one-dimensional with his
World's
thoughts.
best coach.
Yeah, very.
But, nah, other than that, like, Stefano, brother, please. I know you probably tried your heart out, but please, don't ever put on the Blues jersey ever again, bro.
He thought he was him, bro.
Bro,
he thought he was him.
I'm telling you, he ran, nine hit-ups for 47 metres.
Max King didn't do much better.
Max King got less minutes than him. That's something I don't really understand.
They did the same amount of hit-ups, same amount of metres. Regardless in the minutes or not. Same hit-ups, same hit-up.
That's even worse.
No, but still, like, those hit-ups on the first 20 minutes are different to the ones in the middle of the game in Origin.
From minute 1 to minute 80 in Origin, it's the same thing.
Full intensity, buddy. It's not a club match.
I don't think you can say they're the same thing.
Speak
That first 20 minutes of Origin,
to any footy player.
I
Obviously,
understand it's the highest intensity in the game, but that first 20 is different.
First 20 minutes is probably 110%, but then the rest of the game is still 100%. Did
no
you see
easy
the way
periods
that
in
Lindsay
Origin.
Collins
Yeah.
came on?
There's no easy periods in Origin. I've got no doubt about that. But
did you see the way Lindsay Collins came on, bro? It's not like there was any less intensity. Bro, if anything, they've lifted the intensity when he came on.
yeah, maybe.
But you know what I really enjoyed watching was the Under-19s Origin, bro. There was some great young players coming through.
Some good talent, bro. A lot of Dragons
bro, you
juniors.
know, I haven't seen much of that Kobe Black, but watching that game, he's a talent and a half.
Look, I'm going to be biased. I know Mitchell Woods is getting a lot of raps around him, but I didn't think he was that special in that game.
Bro, no. When he went off, we fell apart.
But what I'm saying is second year playing at that level, you'd expect him to be a lot better than what he was.
Bro, what did he do bad?
I think the 5'8" outplayed him on our team.
I don't know if I outplayed him. The 5'8" was very good. I don't know if I'd say outplayed him.
No, but if you paid attention to
Mitchell
him...
Woods didn't offer that much,
If
bro.
you pay attention to him, he was the one that was creating that room for him.
I think Mitchell Woods was the 3rd best halfback on the ground.
I think that's harsh.
Behind Cody Black and our 5'8".
I think it was behind Kobe Black as well. But
our 5'8" outplayed him, bro. He looked a lot better in attack than what he did. Yeah, that's my hot take.
I disagree. I think Mitchell Woods did very well. When he went off the park, bro, we fell apart.
we weren't in it at all.
Bro, did you see we went from busting up the field on the edges to like no room at all?
Yeah.
No room at all.
Yeah.
Bro, you know who really caught my eye, and I know I'm biased as fuck, but Jacob Halengahu, bro.
He did play well.
He's like a David Fafita, just waiting to fucking unleash at first grade.
Unreal.
I think he's maybe a year off playing first grade.
He's going to look good as a Bulldog one day.
Why is everything Bulldog? Fuck you and the fucking Bulldogs, mate.
Just because that's what's going to annoy you most, and we know that's how it's going to work out.
Xavier Coates' brother with that hit on the wing. That was a
mad tackle,
bro,
man.
What a fucking he smacked him.
Yeah.
Bro, who else stood out for you? Like there was those obvious three. And
Look, to be honest, I don't really remember much names right now, but I remember we had a center that looked fucking untouchable.
Bro, even our fullback, what was his name? I think he plays for Roosters or Knights.
Connor Vitano.
Yes, he played really good.
Yeah,
he was a machine.
I think there was. I don't know if I think it was a lock for Queensland who killed it.
Was it the lock or the prop? I think the prop played for you
one
guys.
Of the two.
You know, he looks like Terrell May pretty much.
Yeah, I know him. I can't get the name right now.
Yeah, I'm bad with other team juniors' names.
I can't get the name.
Overall, but I can see at least 50 or 60% of those players playing first grade.
Well, yeah, like that's probably the first Origin where you look at it and like, bro, the majority of this will end up at first grade.
Yeah.
In the past Under-19s Origin, you'll see like, one or two players will play first grade, but this one was mad. Like it was very intense. They were hitting it harder than the first grade teams.
Very good game to watch.
And they kicked off within the first minute or so. They already had it all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bro, they went at each other from minute 1 to minute 70. It's not even 80 over there. But we'll move on to the rounds now. But bro, Tigers and Raiders. I don't know why there's some fans out there saying that the Tigers got robbed.
Bro, please. Tigers are fucking atrocious. They are rubbish. They had
I think that's harsh.
70% of the ball with 10 minutes to go left in the second half, and they couldn't score a try.
Versing arguably the best team in the comp, but
Bro,
when they're still pulling it all together.
70% of the ball, and to hear fans come out and say the ref was the reason they didn't win that game.
Yeah, that's absurd.
What, bro?
That's ridiculous.
I don't understand. For them to not manage to win that game I've lost for words for that, bro. But the only bright side I can see of that game is what a gun that Latu Fainu is, bro.
Machine. He's
Bro,
an absolute machine.
God.
He just looks so comfortable already.
Man, he is that mature as a half at his age, up there with Katoa at this moment in terms of skill and ability.
Yeah, fair.
And I can see him having honestly a brighter future than Katoa the way he played.
Yeah, you never know.
He really, really, really caught my eye and impressed me, bro.
Bro, I think it was our first episode. I was speaking about how Fainu's the future. I was saying that he's an absolute machine. I remember we had glimpses of him last year. Or was it last year or the year before where he played like 4 or 5 games at first grade?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, this bloke's an absolute machine.
Yeah,
I saw the potential in him. But the way when he came on and he ran that whole field, like he ran the team around. He pretty much told Luai, take a back seat.
Heath Mason was the reason they conceded those 3 tries.
Literally.
They were 16-0 when Heath Mason was on the field, and then when he came off, it was 16-12 the final score.
I think he's more natural as a fullback, but
Definitely, and we'll see that happen now with Jerry Buller injured. But
because I saw one of the biggest brain snaps in that game. I saw Skelton pull the hair of Savage like he was making love to his wife. Did you see?
but for what reason? He even
Savage's tackle was
the
fine.
commentators were trying to say it was a leg twist,
yeah.
and I thought it was, and then I look back at it, I'm like, bro,
Tackle
what was the
fine.
reason?
Tackle
Because
was
he
fine.
full yanked at his head. Bro, if I was Savage, I'm getting up swinging. I'm sorry, brother. You don't pull my hair. That's so like.
What's worse is the ref was playing on, like the ref just completely ignored it.
You know, if
that's
Savage
no
didn't get up and push him, he would have completely played
All
on.
the players said stop the game. He just pulled his hair like, what's going on?
Bro, that was probably one of the worst brain snaps I've ever seen. Because
Hey, there was another one on par with
We'll
that.
get to it shortly.
There was another one on par with that.
From a winger as well.
It's just an ongoing thing with wingers. They
Yeah.
pull out these moments of brilliance that it just comes out of nowhere and bang.
Stuff you just can't understand at all.
It's stuff you expect from a front rower, not a winger. I don't know, man. But honestly, Tigers really pissed me off that game.
nah, but look, Luai did definitely improve in the second half. Is he gonna be the man for him, or
Definitely.
you reckon?
With Fainu, if Fainu performs at 7,
Do you push him to 6?
who Fainu?
Luai.
Luai definitely. I think Fainu can control the game. Well, he can control the game when he was 14.
Fainu looks a lot more comfortable controlling it than Luai does.
Yeah, definitely. He's a natural born 7 anyway. He's
Yeah,
got
for
more
sure.
control in his game. Bro, the upset of the round. We had the Penrith, probably New South Wales Cup team beat fucking Warriors.
That was
And
weird.
I don't know if anyone
crazy.
ever... Did any of you even see this coming at all?
Bro, I called it from the start of the week. My guaranteed win is Warriors. I cannot see them losing that game, and somehow they managed to lose. They look like they didn't want to be there. But then again, it comes to Metcalf. I've been saying it the whole year. He's too hot and cold.
Yeah, definitely.
He picked up an injury, but
His wife gave birth as well.
that's old
You know,
news.
Did he
bro.
have a
That's
kid?
Old news. That's old news. No, he picked up an injury. What do you expect, man?
Bro, that's not that bad. You're the 7. You're meant to be the key playmaker of that team.
yeah,
like,
but if you're injured,
that
what do you
was a
expect him to
game.
do?
That was a game for him to step up. Cleary played Origin and carried an injury. What's the difference?
and he didn't look his best.
And he still performed.
He still performed, but he didn't
Yeah,
perform.
I
to his
didn't
highest
see Metcalf
ability.
perform at all.
Do you not know the extent of their injuries? But that's a very blanket
Please, man,
statement to
please.
make.
Do you know the
Please.
extent of his
Of
injury?
course I don't.
So shut up.
Of course I
Exactly.
don't.
For all we know, could be a little niggle.
Yeah.
We don't know more than that.
Yeah, of course.
So
Look,
stop-
you got to take it at face value. All right, he may have picked up a little niggle, but he was on the field, was he not?
Of course he was on the field.
Okay, so if you're on the field, you should be performing. He did not perform. The only person that performed on that field were the 2 Penrith halves. And Blaze Talagi is growing every single week. And I know their fans hated him for the first couple of games. But, bro, he looks like a future gem for him. He looks like he's coming into his own at that 6th
Bro,
spot.
without a doubt. He'll be there for another... If they hold on to him, he's what, 19?
19, bro.
Another 10 years easy.
I got a
bro.
question for you. Who won out of the trade between Penrith and Parramatta, the Ayongi and Blaze Talagi?
Bro, I honestly think Yongi.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Para right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Para.
But then again, I think you put Blaze in the Para team and he'll be doing what Yongi's doing. It's just
One
because
team needed a 6, one team needed a 4.
Yeah, look, it's all these hypotheticals, but right now, Ayongi's probably outperforming Blaze.
Yeah.
But I think Yongi's getting a lot of spotlight because he has to actually pick up some of the slack of that team.
Yeah.
Whereas Blaze can sit back and let Cleary do his thing. But when Cleary's not there, he's obviously picked up, and that's what we saw on the weekend.
I personally think Blaze has a bigger ceiling than Ayongi.
Yeah, that's fair.
I personally think that he will go further.
I don't know
him.
about that, bro. I think Yongi can go a lot further than Blaze.
But maybe I'm just not buying into this new hype of the Ayongi, but
I think Blaze has a bit more to offer to his game.
yeah,
A little bit more.
I feel like he's a lot more mature as well. They've played this. Oh, well, he's played on an extra year on him. To be fair, well, it's not even a year; it's half a
Yeah,
year.
he played like half a year last year, didn't he?
But back to the Warriors game. Is that a crack in the Warriors, or is this like a push from Penrith?
I definitely think it's
I
more
think
of a
you
crack
put
on
it
the
more
Warriors.
down to a bad game by the Warriors.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Because we've said Warriors are top 4. On their day, they're actually a top 4 team. But on everyone, bro, then again, on everyone's day, they're a top 4 team.
Bro, well, I called it at the start of the year from 5th down to 14th. It's going to be 4 points, and we're still kicking it at that 4 points mark right now. You string 3 wins together in a row, and you're sitting fucking in the top 8 comfortably.
Everyone feels like the Broncos have had a bad year.
They're 5th. They're fucking 5th.
I think more importantly, Warriors for me are quiet achievers because I had them as one of the
I had them bottom
teams
2,
this year.
yeah. I had them bottom 2, and like sitting at like just over the halfway point, they're in the top 4.
But they've pulled through some shit wins, man. Like this year, 1 point, less than 6 points. They've got a lot of their wins.
Yeah,
So
I know.
scrappy wins, but obviously a win's a win. But could have gone both ways those games.
Look, Penrith are going to get tested this week against you guys. It's going to be a top game. I'm going to
Very
be at
good
that
game,
game. I
yeah.
can't wait to see how it goes. But in another twist to the NRL season, Finn's scoring 150 points in 3 weeks against the Dogs, Dragons, and Cowboys.
So cooked, bro.
Go and lose the Knights.
Such a weird comp we're in, man.
Yeah, but they scored 2 rubbish tries.
It doesn't matter. They still lost.
Well, that was the back of. It was on the back of knock on and a missed. Like it's stuff you wouldn't expect.
It
man.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but you know what? That try that they took off Brady was also very harsh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was definitely
so
harsh.
they could have had
it
that
did
game
look
wrapped
forward
up
out of their
early.
hands, but Schiller's technique is rubbish. It looked like he passed it forward. It was flat, but it was a harsh call.
Nah, but honestly,
They were the better team on the day than Knights.
It was battle of the centers that game for me.
Herbie versus Best.
They were on opposite sides, but it was just both of them were trying to add to each other.
Bro, it was the battle of who had the worst injury. Fucking Bostock with his ACL or fucking Fletcher Sharp dying internally.
He copped a HIA and he lost 2 kidneys or something. He lost like
Bro,
2 things in his stomach.
He had a lacerated lung and a punctured spleen. How the fuck? They said it's because he fell on his elbow, brother.
He's not coming back for a while, bro.
No, of course.
I think he's gone for the season because they said he's got to be in Perth for at least 6 weeks because that's something where you got to monitor.
Yeah, you got to stay in hospital. Yeah, you can't fly
You
with
can't
that.
fly, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, the team just left him behind. Man.
What are they gonna do? Sit there and pray at the hospital
He's
bed?
stuck in
Wake
Perth.
up, wake up.
All right, if he's in a good state, but Perth, man, what are you gonna do in Perth for 6 months?
What's he gonna do here? He's in the hospital bed. It's the same thing, bro.
There's stuff to see here. What are you gonna see in Perth, man?
Hey, he wants
Bankside Hospital, what's he going to look at?
he wants the
Even better,
doctor
Maitland Hospital.
because he wants the doctors to push him out on his bed. Be like, oh, look at it. Let's go.
Wouldn't you want that if you're in hospital? You're gonna
No,
stay in the
cuz.
room.
Pull the plug on me. I don't want to be sitting there. Nah, but bro, I can't call this competition anymore, bro.
No.
I cannot call it anymore. I was sitting here 2 weeks ago saying Knights are the worst team in the competition to get in the wooden spoon. Look at us now.
Well, I do think Dolphins beat themselves that game. They had a lot more opportunities than Knights, but Knights just came out on top.
We can call the Dolphins Ben then. They like to beat themselves.
Anything to say?
No comment.
Look, I feel like
what am I gonna say, bro?
maybe they came into that game a bit overconfident because they came off 3 massive wins.
Bro,
Maybe
beating
they
the
came in
beating the Dogs, which are a premiership contender, Dragons, who at the time everyone was saying they were in for a big game, and the Cowboys absolutely pulling past them.
Oh, look, they deserved their confidence, but
Yeah.
maybe they just came in a bit overconfident.
That Cowboys game's a demolition, bro.
That wasn't even a
That
fight.
wasn't even a contest, man.
That was like a stop. He's dead.
Yeah, like,
Stop.
enough.
Yeah.
Throw in the towel.
Nah, but your boys, bro, unlucky.
I don't know about unlucky, but yeah.
I think he's got unlucky.
Unlucky. That's Latrell, bro. What does he put in his boots? We got to test him for drugs. We got to test him for peptides.
Bro, he only plays
something.
half the game.
But bro, did you see his fucking? I know he kicked it from the 48-meter line, but it went out by about 75 meters. He kicked it back from fucking a quarter Allianz Stadium, bro. And we're sitting there, and I can't remember who it was. They're like, "Oh my god, it went in," and we're like, "No, it just missed."
You can tell by looking at the players. If the players don't celebrate, it didn't go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck me, bro. When he turns it on, he can turn it on.
Definitely.
That kick from Munro as well. How do you get that so perfect?
That
late
grubber,
in the game?
that was perfect. And did you see? It's like he had a remote control because it bounced up into his hand.
Yeah.
But we had to work for our tries, and we let Storm have 2 very, very, very soft tries.
Well, Storm let you have a lot of soft tries, bro. Both left edges. It was like there was no one even defending them. And like every time they spread left and every time you spread left, it was just a guaranteed try almost.
Yeah, Johnson just had to catch it in 4 pretty much.
Bro, he's now what, 6 or 7 away from the thing?
7 away.
Bro,
from
did you see
breaking
there's a petition going around to storm the field? They like storm the field when he breaks the record.
Bro, look, I dare say it'll be broken again, but to get that many tries in your career,
Storm the field. Are we storming the field?
I would definitely.
Hey, would you storm the field?
I'll be there.
You gotta keep your clothes on, buddy.
No promises.
4 tries, bro.
And he could have had
crazy.
5.
Yeah.
He could have had 5, but, bro, I'll honestly, I'm not a Souths fan, but if he's going for that record game, it probably will happen against us as well, for fuck's sake. I'm storming the field, even if it's against us.
I used to on the field to get Flanagan, not to get.
And you know what else? He's a very likable player. He's got
Yeah.
no haters, Alex
He
Johnston.
actually has no haters.
You know what? The good thing about it is he's had a lot of big injuries as well, and you keep thinking, all right, that's the end of him. All right,
Yeah.
and he just comes back and he's.
Bro, that one season where he missed out, Robert Jennings scored like 20-something tries.
Yeah.
Man, he would have definitely broken the ball.
And look, you can tell
Oh,
he's
yeah.
lost a little bit of speed, but
Yeah.
he's still like at a high level.
Yeah, of course. No,
Bro,
he's
he's
still
just
first
a
grade.
great finisher. He's in
I
the
think-
top 3 finishers.
I think Sasha's just waiting for him to get that last try and that piss him off after
Yeah,
that.
probably.
That's why they're going to keep feeding him this year so they don't have to re-sign him for next year. They'll ask him, do you want a 6-week contract? I think we can break you.
If I was him, I'd retire after I break that record.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. It will be a very long time before we see someone break it.
No.
Maybe Xavier Coates.
Man, I think he'd go to play for P&G, to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Him and Nathan Cleary.
That would actually.
Nathan Cleary is half Papua New Guinean, isn't he?
Yeah, him and his wife, Mary Fowler.
I think that game really showed for me that Storm are so far off it. And it's just scary to think that they're still competing and they're still so far off
Bro,
it.
they're playing in not even second gear. They're playing in like half a gear. And
It's
they're
crazy.
still, what, 3rd now?
Yeah, the third.
Bro, they jumped the Warriors, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So much potential and they're not even performing that much.
Once again, the NRL's a fucking funky competition. We
Yeah,
can only see
very,
where it's
very
going to take
strange,
us.
yeah.
I think Kean and Jai Arrow have really been performing as well. Taking the slack off what Cameron Murray would provide to that team.
Oh, bro, Cam, what a player, bro.
Jai Arrow was a lot of effort that game, bro. That try-saving tackle in the corner, you wouldn't expect that from a prop at all.
100%.
All the rumours are that he's pretty much a lock-in for the next Origin game. King and Stefano apparently both in big danger.
I heard King is in big danger. Stefano, that's expected. I would never know why he's there in the first place.
Bro, defended for Queensland.
Keane should be there, bro.
Kean should be there.
Can you please call him
definitely.
after this so I can speak to him?
My dad
Tell him-
spoke to him.
Tell him my
bro.
friend's got a blue tick. He can speak to you now. What'd your dad say to him?
Nothing. He just speaks to his dad every now and then. They're still close, so I think they're going to catch up soon anyway. Put
Can
in
I
the
come?
word.
I just want to hug him. I want him to know how much I like him.
Nah, no chance.
Please, just want I swear I won't give him a khud.
No, not allowed.
Fine. Broncos Sharks, man.
I thought
Topsy-turvy
this was
game.
the most entertaining game of the weekend.
It was, but
Okay.
for so many wrong reasons.
More of a mind-blown moment in that game was Sione Katoa at the end of that half.
Sorry, brother.
Goodness.
What's wrong with him?
Well,
that
just
was,
put-
in
stick
my
your leg
opinion,
out.
up there with Gerard's. I don't know, which one do you reckon was worse?
Katoa.
No, Skelton, brother. You can't
Katoa.
go around pulling people's hair.
You can't go around tripping someone when you're off at marker with 3
fair
seconds
enough.
left in
Fair
the
enough.
half.
That's a brain snap
Hey,
because
he didn't have track of the time, but what Skelton did was...
Skelton was wayward.
You can't
They
do
were,
that,
they were
bro.
both intentional,
Sam, all right, fair enough. You're on the floor. Your first reaction is to tackle someone, not fucking pull their hair. He fucking
Skelton
pulled.
had the ball. Skelton had the ball.
That's what makes it worse. He had the ball and he still went down and he's like, "Fuck you, Luke."
Bro, there were so many stupid moments in that
Bro, the
game.
whole game was just built on stupidity. And then did you see the captain's challenge at the end of the first half? What's going on, bro? That game, I sat there and I'm like, can this please end? There was so much stupid moments just built
Bro.
up.
Nikora is carrying Nico Hines at the moment.
Nikora?
Ne-
Oh,
Niokora.
Well,
Nikora.
Nikora plays for the
Nikora.
Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me. I don't
Bro,
know.
am I saying something
No,
wrong
you're not.
or-
No, you're not. You're fine, mate. You're fine.
Nikora? You alright, buddy?
Bro,
think-
see, who was saying it? They were saying he's probably the best hole runner in
I
history.
think Adam 22 is lingering around again, mate.
Oh,
Leave
please.
him out of this. Leave him out of this.
You definitely want to leave him out of
Leave
yours.
him out of this.
Bro,
I don't know why I had a brain snap there, bro. Talking about the hair pulling, it got to my head because you want to get your hair pulled, mate?
He's such a damaging runner, Nicola, and he's just carrying Nico Hines at the moment.
Bro, I don't know, like, once again, I don't know who said it, but I heard it somewhere. They're saying, is he the best hole runner we've seen in history?
Behind Hudson Young, I don't think so. Hudson Young hits a hole, bro.
That's definitely not in history.
I didn't say it. Don't look at me, bro. Look at the camera.
They didn't watch,
Definitely not in history.
they didn't watch Benny Howard play back in the day.
Banned. Bro, every time, I swear to God, they did the same play. They did a Kyle Flanagan, except it kept working. They just kept hitting that short ball, and the Broncos just, they weren't up for it. It was just like, okay, keep running through. And then they came out, and then Sharks just couldn't read the Broncos play.
Yeah, but I've also noticed that Sharks is trying to focus a lot more on the edges at the moment because they were known as a middle heavy team.
Yeah.
They still are a middle heavy team, but we saw a Sharks forward scoring nearly every game last year and the start of this year. Now they just shifted their focus.
Hazleton was on a try scoring run.
There you go,
Bro.
AFB.
AFB started 4 tries in his first 6 games or something.
There you go. It's just like I don't think it's been a while since the front row has scored. The second row was a bit
AFB
of a
scored
ball.
like 3 weeks ago, but that's about it.
Like they're still not they're not seeing it as much as they used to.
Nah, no way.
So they're obviously trying to change up what they're doing.
Because obviously it hasn't worked for how long they've been doing it for. And I think this is Fitzgibbon's 5th year?
Yeah.
4th or 5th.
4th or 5th?
Yeah.
Bro, he's got to change his tactics up because
He's barely changed his team as well since he got there. He
But
signed
that's a good thing.
Hines and he's barely changed
But that's a
anything
good
else.
thing at the end of the day.
They're coming up short.
It's because of game tactic. It's not the players, bro. They've got a very good team. You look on them. You look at them on paper. They're a really
They
good
are
team.
very solid.
Yeah, they're solid, but I don't know if they're...
But every player in the team is solid, but they're not amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
only
I
amazing
agree.
player in that team on paper that I can see is probably AFB.
Mm.
There's no other like I need that bloke in my team. You're not going to say William Kennedy, Jesse Ramian,
Look, they got players that are probably top 5, top 10 in their position,
but no one that's in the top tier.
no one that's top 3.
Yeah,
And it's just working.
and I think they need that extra like best player in the game to
Yeah.
taking that extra step forward.
Like the closest one to top 3 in their positions may be Brayley now.
Possibly. Based off this season.
Or
Off
Nakora.
this season,
No, Korua. No way.
Sorry, Nicola.
He doesn't even make the
No,
top 5.
Off this season, the only one I'd fight for a case is probably like even a KO Iro, if he wasn't injured.
Yeah, definitely KO Iro. If we're talking this year, it's KO Iro, Herbie Farnworth, and probably Critter
Yeah.
as the top 3 centers.
But other than that, bro, like they choked that lead hard.
Bro, you know what it was? It's Reynolds finally got his hands on the ball and he started controlling the game with his kicking and stuff, and it just opened up so much space for Ezra Mam and Walsh. And that comes on the back of the Broncos forwards. They were providing a lot of second phase ball, and Sharks just didn't have an answer for it. It was literally the complete opposite of them last week, where we didn't have an answer for them, and they just kept rolling upfield.
They're running Haas and Carrigan into the ground, but
Bro,
I understand
Haas-
you can't afford to rest them. I get it, but
look, Huss, it's like he doesn't want to come off because he even came on with like 5 minutes left to go. He didn't need to come on,
Yeah.
but
Sharks had a little run at the end. They just wanted to hold it out.
Yeah.
as a coach, you got to manage him. But
you can't.
I'm not saying you leave him out for a
For-
game. I
for-
understand it with the competition this tight.
For a
you
front
can't.
rower, it's a heavy workload.
Maybe reduce his minutes, but you can't completely leave him out of the
Of
game.
course, no, I'm not. Yeah, definitely not. Unless
Bro, he's not even a country mile. He's like a fucking
Yeah.
planet mile ahead of anyone else in his position.
easily.
It's not even close, bro. But because you can't leave someone out like that.
He's surely the best pop in history.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue.
Look, our dads are gonna come bring up some fucking retard like Blocker Roach or
Shane
something.
Webke.
'cause-
What Payne Haas offers?
Shane
in the minutes
Webke.
he plays.
That's
Bro,
what- I'm
your
not saying
dad wouldn't
Shane
have watched Shane
My
Webke.
dad watched plenty of Shane Webke.
No, he would have watched Tony Carroll, mate.
Not a problem.
Right, Shane Webke was like the start of us. I'm talking about older time. But they would have watched Blocker Roach and said, he's the best fucking player in history.
The ogre.
Don't get me started. Please don't get me started.
We had our own ogre, Michael Wayman, who was better than yours.
No, he fucking
Roy
wasn't.
Asatasi puts on all your forwards, buddy.
Fuck you and Rui Asatasi. Nah, but honestly, from what we've seen, he's definitely like miles ahead of everyone else. The only closest one that I can see that I can sort of put near him in terms of domination was Stan Burgess. I know he played a bit of lock, but even at prop, bro, he was dominating the league.
100%. I can't think of anyone else, bro.
It's a nice shout.
Can you think of anyone else?
No.
Not even Sam Hughes? Roosters Cowboys, bro. There was an absolute bomb of a try in that game. I don't know if you guys seen it, but Marky Mark scored one of the Globetrotter tries of the season.
It's a Hail Mary, bro.
Those
But
Roosters are fucking scary, man.
And the problem is, I was having a chat to a Roosters person that I bumped into today. He just randomly pulled me to the side and was like, "I love your videos."
Randomly pulled your what?
Hey, that's some funky stuff, bro.
Cut. Nah, he's like to me, "I watch your videos. You're a funny bloke. Can I get a video?" And then we ended up having a chat. And he's like, "I go
So
for
he's
Roosters."
a fan.
He's not a fan, bro. I don't have fans. I got family. And then we're talking about it, and we're like, "Bro, where does Sam Walker come into this team? You can't drop one of these halves."
Sandon Smith.
But no, you can't. But he's actually
You can.
no, bro. Sandon Smith has probably been in their top 5 of players this year.
And Sam Walker will be even better than what Sandon Smith
Coming off a big injury, bro. How can you risk that?
He'll be fine, bro.
What do you mean he'll be fine?
He'll be fine.
I hope to God
I
that.
spoke to him.
Like, look, he's recovered. He's recovered from his big injury now. It's just a broken thumb.
How do you know How do you know he recovered from his big injury?
I watched that game of Cup.
Sam,
Oh, yeah.
You've been speaking to a lot of the first graders these days.
Bro, it's like he played a first grade game after his injury. For Sam to be watching.
No, he didn't. No. I watched the Cup game. No.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's coming off a big injury, bro, and it could go sour for them. Very sour. Like now they're starting to find the groove. Why change it?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but what Sam Walker can offer is a lot more than what Sandon Smith can offer.
Yes, I know. But why would you change something that's working?
If you want to win a premiership, do you think they're going to win a premiership with Sandon Smith playing halfback?
You think they're going to win it with Sam Walker playing
You
halfback?
can say the same thing about the Bulldogs. The thing was working, and we signed Lachlan Galvin.
Habib, you signed fucking Galvin.
It was working, but was
You
it not
signed
working?
Galvin over fucking Sexton.
It's still Sam Walker to Sandon Smith. It's another step above.
But he's not wrong because
Right.
you told me how many teams Sandon Smith will start in if he leaves the Roosters.
Probably 10.
Start?
Yes.
I don't know about start.
Yes, he starts at the Bunnies, starts at the Dragons. If you guys had not signed Galvin, he would have started at the Dogs.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know about
already
that.
3
No,
teams.
he wouldn't.
He starts over Sexton every day of the fucking week.
No, he
It's not
doesn't.
even a question.
No, he doesn't.
Are
It
you
is a question. He doesn't. He
That's not a
definitely
question,
doesn't.
bro. Get the bias off your eyes. Sexton doesn't even lace up
I think
Sandon
it's a bit
Smith's
of
boots.
your bias, to be honest.
Why my bias to what?
I don't know. You just got a vendetta with against Sam Walker for whatever reason.
I don't have a vendetta against Sam Walker. You
I
guys just underrate Sandon Smith.
I cannot say 10 teams he starts for, bro.
Go tell me who.
Okay. Dogs, no.
If before Galvin, he starts over Sexton.
Well,
Next.
we have Galvin, so no.
The way Sexton's playing, I wouldn't.
Next.
Start
No. Raiders, no. Storm, no. Warriors,
Yes.
yes, that's one.
yeah.
One.
Okay. Broncos, no.
No,
Sharks, no.
no,
Penrith,
no,
nah.
no.
No.
Dolphins, Nicarima.
Yes.
No.
Over Nicarima,
No,
yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Nicarima suits that system so well.
Shut up, bro.
He is made for that thing. What is that? Yes or no from you?
That's a no from me.
There you go. One team.
So we just got Warriors right now. And Bulldogs, whatever. Manly,
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'd
over
have him
Brooks.
over Brooks.
yeah. Dragons,
Yes.
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 No.
He starts in both
No.
positions.
That's 3.
No.
3.
We're at 4.
We're at 3,
He
buddy.
starts over Sexton,
I'm
brother.
not
He doesn't
giving
start
you-
over
He
Sexton.
starts over
it's
Sexton.
2 versus 1, Gene. Let it go.
He starts over Sexton. You're telling me he doesn't start over Sexton? Who would you prefer at the Bunnies?
3.
Who would you start? Answer my question.
What?
Who would you prefer at the Bunnies, Sexton or Sandon Smith? Thank you very much.
Sexton.
Sandon Smith, 4.
Okay. Dragons, yes. Cowboys, depends. So we're saying Didden's a 7.
Yeah, over.
Over Clifford, yes.
Yes.
5.
Knights,
5.
Knights.
Yes.
Over Fletcher Sharp.
Yes, he plays 7 over there.
He plays
Okay.
one of them.
Okay. Tigers.
Yes.
No. Not over
He-
final.
Latu Finau and
He's
Luai.
played one game.
Or
Bro.
Luai. I don't
Finau
care.
and
All right,
Luai.
whatever. We won't
After
give you
one
Tigers.
game, I still think he's 10 times the player that
All
Sandon
right,
Smith
fine,
is.
whatever.
Para, no.
Yes, he does.
Over Dylan Brown on
Dylan
the
Brown on
Moses.
Moses.
Ray Moses is out for fucking 6. He's been out for
Okay,
12
well,
games.
Because we're talking about
You're
starting
twisting
player
it, bro.
team.
All right,
You're
want-
completely twisting
all right,
it.
whatever.
Bunnies.
Yes. Yes.
No, no,
Shut the fuck up.
no,
Oh, shut up.
no. Cody Walker and Humphries, no, bro, no.
Ah, he's gone.
Don't
Get out of
tell
here.
me, no. I'm telling
Was
you,
he
no.
not? Was he not last week saying get Walker out of the team?
A little bit, yeah.
For the future, yes, but not right now, no.
Shut up, mate. 7.
Hey,
Sam, be honest, mate.
Fuck, I like Cody Walker, but man.
hey, no,
Yes,
no
7.
means no.
Okay, so there's an argument we're at 7.
Yeah.
Titans.
Yes, definitely. Definitely he makes it to the Titans team. Over 4 and yes. That's 8 teams. That's half the competition.
7, bro, get out of here.
I don't know why we're still talking about Sandon Smith. Bro, he's a good player.
Because you're going red because of it.
Because he's a good player. I hate how people underrate players like that.
Well, none of us are saying he's a bad player.
He's bang average, bro.
He's not bang average. Being the ninth best in your position is not bang average.
He can get banged because he's average.
We're moving on,
All
bro.
right, well, in any case, your mate, Mr. Lomax, 6 out of
He
6.
can go fuck himself. I don't want to speak about him. You don't get publicity here. Next,
Pinpoint.
Jaden Campbell got injured.
Pinpoint.
Jaden Campbell got injured. What are your thoughts?
It's a blow for the Titans.
That was the worst.
You're blowing for the
kicking.
Titans. You're a fucking
Did I say
weirdo, bro.
that?
He's a
Did
weirdo.
I say that?
After what you said about Cody Walker, yes, you did say that.
He starts over Cody. Get over it.
Both Fermor's kicking, bro. I feel so bad for that bloke. That's like one of those days where you just walk up to the game and like, you need a kick today. You got an option.
Would you have done a better job?
Nowhere
That is the
near.
worst goal kicking I've seen since
Nowhere
Brendan
near.
Bitter kicking for goal.
Did they not have anyone better?
Apparently not.
Where was Brian Kelly? He was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He
no, Kelly
was
got dropped. Kelly got dropped that week.
What the fuck?
The best centre in the game got dropped.
Well, he's not playing Origin. But there's one thing about the Eels is they love to spam this one play where they play the ball on the short side. That looks like they're going across the field, and then the halfback reverses it and kicks it straight back to Lomax. It works 9 times out of 10.
It works, bro, because the bloke can jump.
Man can jump.
What man can jump?
I was about to say, have you seen that movie, Lomax Can Jump?
Gus says that Lomax is the best kick chaser maybe ever.
Shut up, bro. I hate this guy. Tell him he's a better kick chaser than fucking, what's his name? That redhead he used to love?
Gus is a glazer now.
Keith Galloway.
Yeah, Keith Galloway. Tell him he's a better kick chaser.
Go, Keithy! Go,
No, you
Keithy!
can't take it off him. No, you can't take it off him.
Go, Keithy!
He's the best.
Sit down,
man.
you idiot.
He's the best. Gus is the best.
But honestly, that was the worst defensive effort I've seen from an NRL game. Both teams were just scoring the most outrageous tries.
Yeah, shocking.
It was like under 8s football.
Shocking.
Big ups to Dean Hawkins and Yongi stepped up again, bro.
They had a night. They both had a very, very good game.
Bro,
They
what's
played
this
really
thing that everyone's calling him Footy Dean?
He had a YouTube channel back in the day where he called himself Footy Dean.
well. No way.
And he did like some kicking and passing videos, and it just stuck around. Everyone calls him Footy Dean because of that video.
Everyone in my comment section's like, fuck Kyle Flanagan, we got Footy Dean.
Even though he came out and said the other day, he was when he got interviewed by Matty Johns after the game. He goes, he asked him, what's the go with Footy Dean? How come they keep calling you Footy Dean? And he goes, he explained about the videos, and he goes, they're on my YouTube, and I tried logging in the other day to delete it, and I forgot the password, so I can't access it. So he goes, they're up there forever until I take them down.
By the way, we weren't talking about Matty Johns. He called me a coward the other day. Dead set. I don't know. Did you guys watch the Matty Johns show?
No, why
called
didn't
you
you
a
send that
coward?
to us?
He didn't like say my
I know
name.
what you're talking about.
But he goes, it's hard being because he was talking about father-son, because obviously about the Stewarts.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it's hard being father-son when you got a lot of cowards on the internet that like to make videos about about NRL teams and stuff.
I'd be sad if Matty Johns hated me.
I couldn't care less.
I'd be
You know,
sad.
the only reason he hates me is because his brother said he'd have Turbo over Critter, and I called him a moron.
Hey, I don't think he likes his brother either at this point.
Because remember they had a feud?
Yeah, big one.
And then he goes to him, go put on your Queensland jersey. Go worry about your Queensland. See, he's a moron, cuz. He's the one that said Turbo over Critter.
Yeah, he did.
He's still... He's had a couple of Scooby snacks in his days, bro.
It's a trip to England. That
We got to keep him off the disco biscuits, bro. But, Ayongi and Hawkins, bro, they're killing it for Parramatta.
playing really well. Makes you wonder, do they really need have they got the replacement?
Do
for
they
Dylan
need a
Brown?
6?
Yeah,
But look, Hawkins is an out-and-out 7. He can't play 6.
I agree, but you never know. I think I feel bad for Papa Lee.
Back to my point.
got thrown
Sandon
into it.
Smith goes there.
Yeah, he could
And he would be good for him.
definitely.
Does he start at Parramatta?
No.
No, what were you saying?
What was I saying?
Something about Dean Hawkins.
Josh Papali'i.
Josh Papali'i, I feel bad for the bloke, bro. He's not a 6, man.
No, of
No,
course
he's
he's
not.
not. You got to fill gaps for your team.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
gotta
Right,
be done.
he's a fullback, and you're not going to push out Ayongi.
You can see he's pushing. He's ready to play first grade,
Yeah.
but he's just not getting around. I think maybe do Perth sign him? I don't know, because I think he's ready for first grade.
Who, Josh?
Yeah,
He's a small body, bro.
yeah, but whether it's on the wing or the fullback, there's definitely a spot for him in that team somewhere.
Maybe like a Fire Logos type winger.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bro, he had a fucking brilliant moment. I forgot to tell you, like, that try that they scored against you guys. He absolutely humped me.
Yeah,
Bro, humped me was gone.
he's pretty quick.
But, yeah, boys, who was your player of the round?
For me, there were a lot of standout players this week. I'm going to give a shout out to Blake Brayley. I thought he was just like, without him, I think the Sharks lose that game much earlier than they did.
Yeah.
He scored while Katoa was in the bin as well.
Yeah.
He actually turned it
I actually
into
thought
a good
that was
situation.
it. I thought
yeah.
that was it.
He managed to cross while Katoa was in the bin. And, for the past 2 weeks, we've been saying it. Without him, they'd be struggling massively.
Benjamin?
I had to double check because I actually forgot who mine was because I had 2. I'm going to say them both. Obviously, AJ for scoring 4 tries. It wasn't an amazing, it was a good effort to score, but most of them would just pick up and put the ball down.
You got to be there. You got to do it.
But then again, 4 tries at that age,
Definitely.
at that far into his
Against the
career,
Storm.
against the Storm as well, was an amazing performance. But for me, it was probably a Yongi. He stepped up big time, but he really, really impressed me. I think he was my player of the round.
100% had a good game. My player of the round, I'm going to include the Origin game, was Brian To'o, bro.
I didn't know we could do that.
Was it not a game of the? Was it not part of the round?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it counts as part of the round. It was part of the week, not
Oh,
the
we
round.
already said Origin. Who was your player of the round, but of the NRL round? And what was it, Carl Flanagan?
We didn't even play.
Exactly.
Trying to think. Let's.
That's why he's mellow today.
What do you mean mellow? I'm very fired up. I saw the fucking team this Tuesday, and I don't even want to go to the game anymore.
We'll get there.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Tedesco. Tedesco had a fucking big game again.
Well.
My player to watch.
Shut up. You know what? I'm not giving it to Tedesco. It's going to Sandon Smith.
At least you got one right after DCE.
Yeah, I know.
Shocking.
Nah, Tedesco. I'll give it to Tedesco.
Some you lose some, mate.
No, you lose them all, then you win.
You are definitely a loser, mate.
I'm the furthest thing.
Get your ass on the Scrabble table, mate, and I'll show you how to
Don't
lose.
get me started on
Right now,
Scrabble.
brother. Bring it right now while I'm editing, and I'll show you how you lose. Who's your Flano Express?
Sione Katoa. What a fucking shocker of a decision. I've never heard Cooper Cronk that angry as he was on commentary as well.
Bro, he called him a moron.
Cooper Cronk was very, very
He
angry.
called him a moron.
They were up comfortably. Hines just tried to kick. You could tackle him. There's 3 seconds left.
So
no
uncalled
reason.
for, bro.
No
Lucky enough,
reason.
lucky enough
No
they
reason.
actually didn't concede off that as
Yeah.
well. They didn't. Somehow Sharks scored when they had the
Yeah,
man
Brady
down.
managed to cross while they had 12 on the
Lucky.
field.
That could have been the turning point for them, even though
Definitely.
they didn't win. But
Yeah.
anyway,
They're fucking so
Something else with the turning point.
A reverse turning point, all right? It was a 3-point turn. Benjamin, your Flano Express.
another moron, Gerald Skelton.
What is it with the wingers this week, man?
Bro, I don't know.
Bro, wingers, I was having a conversation with someone. There is no out and out, besides like maybe Toto and Lomax and maybe Kiraz, there is no out and out like good winger. Everyone's got a fucking downside to their game.
I wouldn't say Coates has a downside to his game.
He cannot defend for shit, mate.
Look, I agree because for me, my personal opinion, Ado Carr's only there because of his speed. I don't know what
Literally.
else
Yeah,
he's
of
there
course.
for.
Yeah,
Bro,
definitely.
can you name a more besides those 3? Can you name someone that has no faults to their game on the wing?
Not
No.
off the top of my head, no.
I've got to think about it, but I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, not off the top of my head.
Literally, you look at the Cronulla wingers, they're probably the best 2 in the game, but they've got the best brain snaps as well.
Yeah.
They're fucking morons. Coates can't defend. Who else plays on the wing? If you're thinking about Origin, Hammer on the wing, he's not even a winger.
No, it makes you wonder, bro. Gerald Skelton, bro. I've never like.
So retarded,
What
man.
did you think? Did you think he was actually going to get away with it?
I think he got a bit heated and he's like,
But for
It was
what
a
reason,
reaction.
bro? For what? All he did was cop a tackle. Not even a leg twist or nothing. It was just literally a
Bro.
tackle
Yeah,
and
no reason.
bang.
Savage must have said, take off your calf sleeve. Mate. But I don't know, he must have said something to it
Gerald
because
Skelton definitely thought it was someone else there, bro.
he's having flashbacks of last night.
With the hair full.
Any possibilities it was you, Sam, with him
It
last
was
night?
definitely not me. I wasn't
You
there.
got enough hair to pull, don't you?
I was. Hey, take your hat off. Take your hat off.
That's on for a reason, buddy.
Nah, but bro, the wingers are fucking so stupid
Yeah.
these
More
days.
importantly, there's no Dragons players for Flanagan Express.
Yeah, so you were a bit lost this
who
week.
is your Flanagan Express of the round?
Mr. Raver himself, Ashley Klein, mate.
No.
He had his missile.
Mr.
Right, he had his missile in his mouth, blowing for 80 minutes like his name's Bonnie Blue and he's got 1,000 men lined up outside the door.
Far out.
Terry Crews was on a fucking mission that game.
I took to Terry Crews for a second.
Bro, Terry Crews, give him a couple of glow sticks and we had a Suncorp Stadium looking like the fucking sunset event that just...
Take the shirt off as well.
The one that Brendan went to.
he didn't go to. The one that he didn't go to.
He didn't make it.
Bro,
that
he's
one.
lucky. He almost made my Flano Express. Except he would have got too drunk and not bored. Nah, but bro, Ashley Klein's waiting for the day where he can rip his shirt off and just blow the whistle. Like,
Disco Raver, bro. He loves to blow.
give him a couple of disco biscuits. He'll be going all night, mate. All night into the sunset, mate.
Stick I love what you said before. What does he have to do? He says stick the whistle up his ass.
Stick the whistle up his ass and try not to fart. He'll still somehow give away a penalty.
Easily, for sure.
Bro, you reckon he might penalise us for this fucking episode?
Big shot.
In the bin.
Penalty Queensland. Boys, I got a new segment for us.
Cool.
So it's something that along the lines that we just had. Shut your mouth. Along the lines that we just had before. I'm gonna name 2 teams and we're gonna go through their positions and you're gonna tell me who would you rather.
Good segment, Gene. Good segment.
It's shout out to the Cast Patrol boys. Don't listen to this.
Oh
my. So this week I've signalled out the Bunnies and Dolphins game because I think it's a really evenly matched game, and so I'll go in order. And you tell me who you prefer in that position. So
I've done 13-0 South. Anyway.
Carl Flanagan. So at fullback, we got Hammer versus Latrell.
Sure, Daddy.
It is Latrell, but Hammer's close. It is Latrell. The answer is Latrell, but fuck, Hammer's a good player on his day, man.
Daddy.
It is. Fucking,
you know what the problem is? They're both the exact same thing. They're just lazy and they can turn it on when they want to.
But in different ways as well. Hammer just has to run.
Troll can't run.
How many seats in this room? But Troll will create something for you.
Yeah.
I'll take Troll just because he's got a passing game.
It's close, but it's the Troll.
Don't matter the kicking game, just the passing game. Don't matter the offloading game, just the passing game.
Don't worry about his passing game. He's got an eating game as well.
Oh, that's that.
Is he on the same diet as you, by the way?
No, look at me. Look at me, mate.
Hey, I'm on a diet. Hey,
don't matter his kicking game either. Oh, his 2-point field goal game.
Asako versus AJ.
Don't worry about his tackle breaking game.
But I'm going home. Thanks, boys. Thank you for today's episode. I'll see you
stuff.
Asako versus AJ.
I'm going to be very harsh on this one, bro. And I feel very bad for him, but I'm going to take Asako.
No, I'm going Johnston.
I'm going Johnston as well. I don't know what the fuck
You're such a traitor to your own team, bro.
But honestly, Asako's had a shock over you.
If you're going to build a team around someone right now, I'd build a team around
the only thing he offers you is goal kicking.
He's one of the best at finding the try line.
Clearly AJ isn't.
AJ is.
Clearly not.
Pick up the ball and put
Sorry, who's going for the record-breaking tries? So AJ or Asako?
I think it's Alex Asako.
Aside from goal kicking, I think they're very similar players. AJ's just got a bit more finesse.
Okay, we'll take AJ.
Anyways, no, you can't change. You can't change.
Okay, we'll take Corey Allen.
Can we talk about Corey Allen soon?
Someone end this podcast. Avarillo versus Wyden.
Ooh, now it's Avarillo.
Afro Jack.
Who's Afro Jack?
Jack Wyden.
Oh my god. Avarillo any day of the week, mate.
Shut up.
I think 2-3 years ago it was widened by like a very long.
So what's that? That's 3 bunnies now, isn't it?
Penalty Queensland.
Next one is bunnies as well.
Farnworth versus Campbell Grant, bro. This is a lot closer than people think.
It is closer than people think.
It depends. Do you want an attacking centre or do you want a defensive centre?
It's Farnworth.
Herb Dean, it's not close.
It's Farnworth.
What do you mean it's not close?
It's not close.
Bro, Graham's the best defensive centre in the game.
No, he's not.
Who's better than him?
Stephen Crichton.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I agree with that.
No, mate.
Campbell Graham's a better defensive centre
yes,
than Crichton?
Yes, that's literally the whole reason
that... you've already done your hot take then.
Anyways.
Mild take.
Bro, you're telling me he's not the best defensive centre in the game?
Not the best, no. I don't think he's the best.
Bro, you're telling me Crichton's got a better defensive game than him?
100%.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Not by much, but I do think Crichton is a better defender.
Fair enough. All right, are we taking Herb Dean?
Yes.
No, it's 4-0 bunnies, mate. What are you talking about?
Tupou versus Munro.
Munro.
Tie.
Yeah, definitely Munro.
4-1.
You don't know Junior Tupou, mate.
4-1. Don't fucking give me that.
Right now.
He's played, what, one game?
Right now.
One game this year?
Right now, Junior Tupou is a better player than Tai.
Shut up, bro.
What? No.
Shut up, mate.
Junior Tupou is better than Munro.
It's 5-0 bunnies.
Let's go, Benjamin. Nicarima and Cody Walker.
You can go first here.
No, I'm going last here.
No, you go
I'm
first.
going last.
You go first.
You can lead the way,
You know
mate.
my answer. I want to go first.
Carl Flanagan. Who's your answer?
Lucky Elias.
Who's your answer?
Cody Walker.
Next.
I'm going Walker.
Nicarima.
5-1.
Katoa versus Hump Me.
Katoa.
Hump Me. I'm joking.
5-2.
Katoa. Molo versus Kepi. Oh my god. This is like an Oreo.
Which part do you prefer?
Which one do you prefer?
The black or the white?
I prefer the white
The
and
cookie or
Oreo,
the
but
cream,
I
cuz?
prefer Mola over
Do you
Kepi.
prefer the cookie or the cream?
The cookie. Give
Do
me
you want
Mola.
your cookie to cream? Get Mola into your bed, mate.
Marlo.
Mola over Kepi.
5-3.
JMK or Havili?
That's not even close, Havili.
Move on.
I agree.
Move on. Marshall King.
See, it's 5-4.
5-5.
It's about to be 5-4.
Haj Nichols or Keon?
Haj.
Move on.
Keon, bro. It's not close.
Keon?
6-4. 6-5.
This one's really
6-4.
close. I'd like to see who you say. Finafuiaki or Aitken?
I'm going to say Hewan.
I'm going Aiken as well.
I actually think they're the exact same player.
Yeah.
Once again, Oreo.
Hewan.
Just to be different, Finafuiaki.
Go Aiken slightly. Very
7-4.
slightly.
Oren Keeley or Tallis Duncan?
Tallis Duncan.
Tallis playing second row or not?
Second
No, he's
row.
playing second row this week.
Yeah, second row. Tallis.
Tallis. And Kurt Donahue or Jai Arrow?
Jai Arrow.
Curtis.
Just make sure when you pick Jai Arrow, you don't put him near the bench. You might cry.
It's 9-4, bro.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins.
What game were you watching?
Same game that Shane watches, apparently. We got a couple of questions this week. One question I really liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Zion Williamson has messaged me.
Basketball?
Yeah, basketball. If Moses, Luai and Cleary were all out for Origin, who would you put as your 5'8" and halfback?
Easy. Burden Reynolds.
I don't know what it is with you and Burden.
If those three are out, who are you putting at 6?
Adam
Who's
Dewey
our
and Adam
options?
Dewey. And Jason Saab, sorry.
Well,
Have you seen the TikToks Jason Saab makes? He's always just shooting something.
I refrain. I'm a wanted man once again.
so who's out? Moses.
Moses, Luai and Cleary are out, so our halves are out. All three of them.
Reynolds probably my halfback. 5'8" is... It's not really much of an option. He's other than Burden and Metcalf.
Stop trying to think of someone else. It's Burden.
Cody Walker.
I'm trying to give options to other people.
Cody Walker.
I'm trying to give options to other people.
I know you don't want Cody Walker in your team.
I'm trying to give options to other people.
Carl Flanagan's eligible.
sir.
Luke Brooks.
Brooksy. There's no one else really. It's
Galvin?
Burden Reynolds. Ooh, Galvin. Mr. Lachlan.
You tell me, mate.
No, Reynolds and Burden.
I'm going to go different. I agree with you on the Burden, but
could make a case.
I'd go for Katoa.
Yeah.
because it's someone that you can build your team
In a
around.
decider in game 3.
Couldn't give a fuck, bro. He's the future. He's going to be Origin.
If we're talking about future, definitely. But if you're talking about for
we
game
need to
3,
win this game.
game 3, I'm taking Reynolds and Burden.
Well, the question doesn't say that, but if we're talking about game 3 and games on the line, I'm going Galvin and Burden.
Galvin and Burden.
Not Galvin.
That's an interesting one.
Well,
I'm going Reynolds and Galvin.
Reynolds and Galvin.
Yeah, over
Even more
Burden.
interesting.
Over Burden. I think Galvin's got more of a game winner than Burden.
Matt Burden's been at that stage before. Matt Burden can put up a bomb. Matt Burden can change a game.
What?
But Lockie Galvin, because of his hair, we're going to pick him.
No, because of his head, Burden. Rugby League Therapy Podcast. Team captains must undergo rule knowledge training. Once implemented, referees will be within their rights to simbing captains for asking dumb questions. P.S. Loving your podcast. Imagine getting simbing
this is
for
the
being
second
dumb.
time. This is the second time messaging. I say.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, by the way, mate.
Yeah, good friends of the show.
What do you reckon? Hot take on his hot take.
I don't think it's a good take.
Rate or hate?
I don't think it's a good take at all.
Hate.
I think he needs to turn in the bin for that one. Imagine going to ask the question, why'd we get the fuck off? You're out.
But
Hey, actually, that tackle wasn't even high. See you later, mate.
P.S. Loving your pod.
Yeah, I
Have to throw
know.
it in there.
Yes,
Good man.
loving you, mate.
It's a good man.
Matthew, the Dragons need to prioritise signing a front row and a halfback instead of swaps between Cobbo and Sloan. Do you agree with him? Should we prioritise a halfback over Cobbo?
I think so.
A halfback over Cobbo, yes, definitely. Definitely.
I definitely agree with him.
Well, is Cobber going to win you a game or is a halfback going to win you a game?
I think Galvin's going to win us a game.
If
so
you were
give
in
us
charge
Galvin.
right now, would you promote Ilias and not look at signing anyone?
Yes.
Do you think he needs to sign from outside?
No, not with the 7, bro. We've got Ilyas right there right now. We've got Glover, who's decent. He's probably not going to be the best at first grade, but we got someone coming through. I've said his name a couple of times now, Cade Reid, who in 5 years' time is going to be the next big thing in his position.
All right, you can say that now, but you like.
But Ilyas is only
Anything can
24.
happen in 5 years, bro.
Ilyas is 24.
Maybe Atkinson's a long-term halfback that you guys need. You never know what's going to happen.
Atkinson, bro, we can even play Lycan there. I didn't even mention Lycan. You can play Lycan at 7 next to Atkinson.
Bro, I think Lycan's... I don't see that much potential in him.
All right, who are we going to sign?
Atkinson.
We signed him. Who else are we going to sign?
Isn't Cobbo going to play 5'8" for you?
I'm so sick of you guys. I might just cancel this whole channel.
Actually, I've got 2 questions from followers that I have to ask.
Oh my God. If they're anything to do with Carl Flanagan.
Let's
hear him out. Let's just hear him out.
First question is from Andrew from 4-Wheel Drive Super Centre. Shout out, Andrew. Andrew asked, I'm in desperate need of a halfback for Supercoach. Should I bring in Carl Flanagan?
Yes.
See you
Rate
later.
it. Not hate, rate.
Is it a rate or hate it? He's in...
Andrew, if you ever message stupid shit like that ever again, I promise you I'll ban you from watching anything of mine ever again. And if these idiots ever want to if you ever want to ask stupid questions like that, you're all getting banned from this podcast.
And Joey sent in a question.
Okay, cool.
And he asked, with the rugby league new game coming out, if you take away Nathan Cleary and Reece Walsh, who do you have as a cover player for the game?
Ponga.
Ooh.
We've got to find...
I think Ponga's a cover.
We've got to find a person that's going to get the attraction of the young kids, more importantly, because about a 40-year-old adult's not going to buy this game.
Yeah. I think Katoa's a decent...
Actually, you know what? I'm going to make it even harder. Take Ponga out of the question as well.
Okay.
That's got. You only got to think of a player.
Okay.
Bro, you know, there's a lot of kids would be going for Adokar.
Adokar, and honestly...
Lomax?
I know he gets a lot of hate, but I'd even push Latrell up in there.
No. I do not have Latrell there.
I think Latrell would be a decent option.
I would not have Latrell there.
Latrell,
there's a lot of people that hate Latrell, you're forgetting.
Latrell puts bums on seats at the end of the day, but we're talking about kids.
He cannot even put his own bum on his seat.
Most of the people that hate him are the older crowd.
No, the kids hate him, bro.
No, the kids don't hate him.
The kids hate him.
He scores a try, he puts the thing over
bro,
his ears.
go read his comments and you'll see there's a lot of kids that hate him. They call him a lot of...
The internet is like not the majority of people. People who comment hate on the internet. That's just... it's a small minority.
I'd also put a case for someone like Burden or Critter.
I think Critter would be good.
Critter would be a better option than Trill, definitely.
Because I think Critter gets a lot of popularity, more than Herbie does. But I think Critter could push for a game face.
I'm trying to think who else is like someone that everyone looks up to. Like you take this last year or the year before, you put Sean Johnson.
But honestly, all I can think of outside is Cleary and Walsh. And then next in line would be Ponga. Everyone, honestly, all the kids love Walsh.
If you're talking about someone that everyone loves, it's Adokar.
But can he sell you a game
yes.
as a cover player?
Bro, Adokar's got a social media personality as well.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There's a lot of people out there, there's still like Dogs fans that still love Adokar.
Kids buy his clothes and stuff. Yeah, I think Adokar would probably be the next best option.
If you're talking about like to appeal to the kids, yeah. But if you're talking about like a cover star, I'm going for Katoa. Isaiah Katoa.
Yeah, but then again, Katoa doesn't get the publicity that he deserves. I think if he was in a Sydney team, he'd get a lot more publicity. Yeah. But being in the Dolphins team, he doesn't get the
Are we just going to like brush past Tedesco as well? The fact that he's just so old generation?
We're talking about younger kids. Look,
yeah, there are kids who obviously love James Tedesco.
It's a good question, bro. It's actually a good question.
There are kids who love.
Because he's like a superstar cover as well. Like he's someone that you would.
You're gonna lock in who? Adokar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock in Latrell. Who are you gonna lock in?
Trying to think who else do kids look up to these days, bro. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm uncle.
It's the flair players.
Who's the flair player?
Critters,
Lomax.
Farnworth.
You know what? I'll go Lomax. Lomax is because he's got that big name and he's got that personality that a lot of kids they want to be Lomax.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw
Joey.
Lomax.
Thank you,
Joey. Whoever Joey is. That's Ben's question. Just disguised as Joey.
Footies.
That's why he looked at the camera and said, "Thanks, Joey." Oh God. Oh, bro, I'm done with this.
That's some good stuff from you, Benny. That's nice form.
It was a good question.
It was a good question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Look, thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Blowy. Look, we'll give our tips, but we'll talk team list as well because there's a lot of big ins and outs this week.
Cool.
We got Penrith Dogs first game.
I've got to get them up now quickly.
We have obviously all the Origin players back.
Both teams close to pretty much.
Galvin back to the bench as well.
Yeah, what's your take on Galvin at 17? Did you think that he would start over Sexton by now?
Not yet. He's only played 2 games.
All right, where does Galvin come on and play?
Depends how the game goes, man. He's going to end up coming in and playing in the halves.
But do you see him doing what they did like last time, moving Sexton to hooker and taking Reid off, or can you see Galvin playing lock and then moving Bailey
into 9?
To 9.
I can see them doing that. Serralde always says that.
Because Reid's not playing 80 minutes.
Absolutely not. Kurt Mann's still on the bench, mate. Kurt Mann comes on at 13, Sexton moves to 9. There's no other option that happens there.
But what, does Galvin only get 20 minutes of game time against Panthers?
Yes.
You think so?
Just depends how the game rolls out, man. If we're struggling by half time, I can see him throwing him on early. It's
but
just
if he's a cruising, he'll still keep.
Right, he's not going on that field anywhere other than the halves. I'm sorry, Kurt Mann at 13. Where does Kurt Mann go on then? If Galvin goes on,
Kurt Mann's played a bit of prop for us. Kurt Mann plays whatever we want in the middle for us.
He's not playing prop against Penrith, mate.
He's done it
against Penrith.
Josh Curran not starting over Daniel Fafita.
Josh Curran, because Slicker Fafita plays the first 20 minutes every week, then he doesn't see it again.
Because his ass.
That's why we keep Curran and Hayes.
I don't
fresh.
know how he's playing first grade, bro.
Look, I don't know either. It's what we did with Sam Hughes last year. First 20
You
minutes,
guys are
and
pretty
then
much
sit down.
full strength now, yeah?
We're missing Tupanua and Salmon, who pretty much usually makes the team for some reason.
Are you going to count him as an out?
I'm not counting him as an out.
Yeah, but Salmon's not named in the extended bench. So
No,
He's injured.
Salmon and Tupanua are both out till about round 20.
Okay. Mitchell Wood's 20th man.
Yeah,
he's
he's been extended squad a few times. What's his name? Jack Todd's back fit. He's playing New South Wales Cup this week. I think he struggles to see it again this year. When you consider Harry Hayes is held in high regard with the coach, and Tupanua and Salmon still need to come back.
Do you give the tips now or leave that to
No,
later?
give your tips now because we got Penrith. They've got pretty much their whole team back. I don't even know who they're missing still.
It's going to be a really good game, bro.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts on Brad Schneider and Garner on the bench?
Well, what's the difference? Brad Schneider's a half, Garner's a back rower.
Yeah, but true, Garner can play back row.
Garner's
got
naturally a
Garner
back
is
rower.
naturally a back rower. He
Yeah,
covers
I know.
the centre if they have to.
That's true. Does he come on at back row? You reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
Gives,
Maybe he
Martin
plays
a-
lock if anything.
Who?
Maybe he plays lock.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, they've got
If
a
Theo doesn't play
small
the
bench, bro. They've got a really small bench. They've got Schneider, Henry, Patea, and Garner.
Yeah, but as small as their bench is, Bulldogs' bench is even smaller.
It's very true. It's going to be a battle of not the brute, but like the
brains.
endurance.
It's going to be a really good game, bro.
I'm personally going Penrith 1 to 12.
I'm backing the boys in a tight one.
I'm going to go Dogs 1 to 12, bro.
Right now, I'm going Penrith 1 to 12. When it comes to game day, if some Bulldogs bloke gives me a kiss on the lips, I might. Bulldog.
Should we get Charlie to give you a kiss on the lips?
Who's Charlie? Our friend that's got a birthday today. He's not ever coming anywhere near me. All right, we got Friday night first game. We got Manly versus Tigers, and like we said, we've got Turbo in the centres this week.
That's a tough game to call.
This is also a really good game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Gerbo's back.
Sacked
Fainu
Turbo.
starting 7 for him.
Lehigh Hopper Wiley starting fullback. Tommy Turbo starting in the centre.
I think it's the best option for him.
Yeah, it's probably the strongest team.
We've been saying it for about 4 weeks now. It's what needs to happen. And
I've been saying it. Not his guy.
You've been saying to leave him
You've
out.
been saying to leave him out.
You said
You
he
have
can't
been
play
saying
for
that.
the rest
Do
of
you want
the
to go
year.
back and watch it? I said
Please.
if you have to, you can play him in the centres.
Please, rewind.
You said you think he shouldn't play again for the rest of the year.
I said if he needs to, then give him the rest of the year off. But he's not the best fullback option. Definitely not. Fainu is starting 7 for the Tigers.
Corey Waddell filling in for Olakawatu. I think, bro, I've done my shoulder as well. He looked like it was a lot worse than mine. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. I didn't have that much pain when I did my shoulder. But the recovery on it is not, like he's going to need surgery. If he comes back after 6 weeks, there is I think the surgeon said to me, after he dislocated it once, there's a 70% chance it dislocates again.
Far out.
And if it just keeps dislocating, it's going to ruin
I think
itself.
he's gone for the year at least.
Has to. He's going to need surgery. If it's not now, it's going to be at the end of the year. So what's the point of waiting?
Yeah, he's definitely gone for
He's
the
going
year.
to come back, play a game, and go off again.
I don't know if this is the first time this year, but Seyfarth has moved to the bench for Jack Bird to
Yeah,
start.
I think
saw
that is the
as well.
first time.
That is the first time, definitely. I don't think Jack Bird started a game for them.
No.
No, he hasn't.
I think
Oh,
he might
maybe
have started
at
at centre or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
I think he started at
I
centre.
think Seyfarth's been actually
Centre
pretty
doesn't
solid
count.
for the Tigers.
I think he's a moron.
Fair enough.
I genuinely think he's top 5 morons in the game.
Fair enough.
He's just Fatty Vaughan, but with a lot more aggression.
Where's it being played?
Brookville.
Heath
4
Mason-
points. I won't say Brookville because it's 4 points now.
Heath Mason at fullback as well. No Dream Buller for the next 4 weeks with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, they'll miss
Yeah.
him.
And Latu Fana, more importantly, starting. It's going to be a really good game, but I've got Manly with the new structured backline 1 to 12.
Yeah, I got the same.
I got Manly in a blowout.
You reckon?
Coming off the bye, going to blow him off.
Bro, I think Tigers going to put up a performance.
Manly won.
For the sake of the game, I'd like to think so as well.
So do I. No one wants to see a game where it's boring and it drags out because some teams getting pounded like the Dolphins have been doing.
I think that's the next game.
Don't be surprised, bro.
I know, bro. I know. Trust me. Anything's
Thank God Charlie's not here for his to tell us how right he was
Well,
last week, man.
Charbel, what's your hot take? Knights to win. Charbel, what's your hot take this week? Knights to win. And he finally got it right, so he's going to be like, look at me, I got my hot take.
We're very lucky he's not here.
Now, look, the Knights pretty much standard. Crossland at 13 like last week. Cogger.
Missing Fletcher Sharp.
Hastings. Yeah, Fletcher Sharp's not playing, but they got Ponga back there.
Other than the Fletcher Sharp injury and the Hudson Young injury, I don't see any changes in that team.
Both of them? Yeah, both of them.
Please. I know.
I actually didn't know that.
I know. I brought him in on Supercoach and he's out the next week. Bad habit of mine.
Yeah, he's got some injury that's like... It's like a groin injury, sort of, but it's like putting a lot of stress
something
on his
manageable,
abdomen.
but it's just pain management.
The teams are still the same based on what I've seen from the Knights this year. You'd expect it to be a blowout, but then again, after the way they played last week, you actually don't know.
I think the Raiders in
Well, we got a battle of the fucking spastics on the edges, bro.
Big
Battle
time.
of the fucking...
Big
With
time.
Dom Young, Schiller, Jed Stewart, we haven't seen enough of him, and Savage. There's going to be some comedy in this game, bro. And
Savage is the winger that you were pushing for an Origin jersey at the start of the year.
He's still a good player, cuz. He's just got some stupid moments in him. Bro, Seb Chris and Gagai, and then we got Best and Tomoka. Bro, it's going to be an absolute comedy fest in the back line. I'm going Canberra 1 to 12.
I'm on Canberra 13 plus.
Canberra tight one.
Yep. All right, we got Saturday, first game, we got Broncos versus Warriors.
This is also, there's some good games this week.
Yeah,
This is a really good game, bro. I'd like to see how both teams play this week because we've got Warriors coming off a big loss for them and Broncos coming off a big win.
Games at Suncorp?
When isn't it?
Fair enough.
Warriors should definitely be bouncing back after that last week's performance.
Trying to look through their...
They're short in the backline, but they keep on losing backline players, not the Warriors.
I feel like Broncos play a lot better when Mam's playing 5'8", and he's actually giving the room for Walsh to do his thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Walsh needs his space to create something, bro.
You know what it is? It's because Walsh and Mam are pretty much the same player, just in different position. And then when Reynolds gets his hands on the ball, it just... Now he's got two options, and then the defense doesn't know what to cover. The only difference I can see for Broncos is probably Gajewski's on the bench.
He was there last week.
Was he? I can't remember him playing a minute. Fucking moron.
He played last week.
Karapani, bro, outplaying starting over Mariner and Cobbo. But
Where is Mariner? Mariner's injured, isn't he?
Mariner's been out of favour for a bit.
They got Mariner and Cobbo in the extended bench.
Mariner's been out of favour there.
But Warriors, who's starting on the edges? Edward Corsi.
Warriors unchanged except for their backline that had a bit of a reshuffle considering the injuries. But bro,
Nickel Klokstad's back.
You know what I heard yesterday I watched
Shantz played last week.
Did he? I thought he was out with the...
No, he played last week.
HIA.
Remember that bomb that Penrith put up? It bounced over his head.
Yeah,
weird was that?
He's a moron.
I watched 100% footy last night. They said that Broncos have signed Grant Anderson.
Yeah, that was announced in the preseason.
That was news to me. I completely forgot about that.
That was announced in the preseason.
What, Grant Anderson to Warriors?
No, it's the Broncos next year.
What a pickup for them, bro.
Didn't know that.
That's a 6 signing. I don't know where they're going to play him, but it's a 6 signing.
They just re-signed Karapani and Staggs as well.
Well, there you go. They ran out of room on that back line. Maybe she be
Bro, did Neokora play prop last week?
Yeah, he did. He's been filling in at proper quite a lot this year.
I think he went off early, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, I thought he got injured.
Yeah, Neokora went off early.
Well, Jacob Labin and fucking Capel's not a bad second row pairing.
Labin played last week.
Yeah.
Halasima back to the bench.
He's a nice impact player.
Broncos are unchanged styles Warriors except for those two back players. But I think I've got Broncos 1 to 12 in this game.
Warriors 1 to 12.
Right now, I'm going Warriors 1 to 12. Right now. I think Metcalf pulls up his A game this week.
You better hope so, bro. You can't be that hot and cold.
We got the Spoon Bowl 2.0. We got the Battle of the Akhu Sharmutas. Dragons somehow named Carl Flanagan once again. And I'm getting told it's not nepotism. Is that nepotism?
No, not even close.
What even is nepotism? It's non-existent in this world.
What are you talking about? This guy became Shakespeare.
We're just being your comment section.
You be in my comment section. Some bloke turned to me and he's like, bro, he's not that much worse than Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt had 32 try assists last year, bro, and I hated Ben Hunt.
Yeah, you hated Ben Hunt a lot.
You know, honestly, it makes me want to apologize to Ben Hunt. He's still shit. I still wouldn't take him back at the Dragons, but watching Cole Flanagan makes me want to apologize to him. Dragons. Actually, there's a bit of a reshuffle in the pack.
Yep.
Omre Gula's back. Loco drops out. Sua's back in the second row. Couchman's still playing on the edge. I don't understand why. I don't know why they don't give Jacob Halangahu a run.
He's a bit far off, bro. Like he's
a bit young, man.
Hamish Stewart drops back to the bench again.
Jacob's not even named in the extended team, bro.
And Viliami Fafita comes in this week.
Viliami Fafita is the biggest shock to me, to be honest.
I know.
For what reason?
I've been watching Cup and it's not even warranted. There's Jet Liu who's ahead of him at prop.
Look, to be honest, when it comes to Locker, if the plan is only to give him 10-15 minutes a game, you may as well give him more minutes in Cup. Let him develop a bit more.
I don't disagree, but
I think
if he can play more minutes, then play him more minutes.
He can play more, but it's because they've been trying to incorporate Little and Cook on at the same time.
Yeah,
and that's already losing the sub.
Look, and Christian Tuipulotu's back along with Dick Fingers Allen.
Yeah, both the wingers changed. Lawson and Sloan to CT and
I'm happy with one, not the other.
Allen.
Is that Lewis still in the squad?
Yeah, he is.
I know he played Cup last week.
Yeah, he's on the bench. The Eels are 1 through 17. Just Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown just changed. Oh no,
Right.
Will Penasini is he got suspended.
He's suspended, so Samrani comes into the centres. You know who's a really big unsung hero? Probably one of my top 3 signings of the year, Dylan Walker. Bro, he's a really good player coming off the bench.
I loved what he did for the Warriors as well.
He didn't have that much of an impact for the Warriors, but
Funny how he started out as a winger, you know.
did he actually?
He
I thought he
5'8"
came through
for
as a
you guys.
6.
He played 6 for you guys.
No, he played 1 or 2 games. He didn't play much. He was playing more centre than he was playing.
I thought he
5'8".
came through as a 6.
No, he debuted on the wing. They played.
But didn't he play his junior career at 6?
Oh, I'm not sure he played in the juniors, but he debuted on the wing. He played centre. He played a bit of 5'8", and then he pissed off to I don't know where
Manly,
he pissed off
wasn't
to
it?
after
I think he went to Manly after you guys.
He's done his rounds.
that. Manly, Warriors, Eels.
But he's been a really good signing for the Eels.
Great player.
What are you guys tipping?
I got the Eels, man. I got the Eels 1
Got
to
Dragons
12.
1 to 12.
I've got Dragons 1 to 12 as well. I think we're going to dunk it on Lomax's head, then we get him back.
It's about time you got to win, man. Not just the team, but you personally.
Leave me alone, man. I had a shocking couple of weeks, especially with the Origin as well. This could potentially be a game of the round, just because of how funky it could be. Dolphins versus Rabbits.
Some great games this week, bro.
Bro, everything's 50-50 this week, except for maybe like one of them. Dolphins, Rabbits.
Yeah, we got a bit of a boost back. We got Campbell Graham back. We got Cody Walker back, and we got Peter Mamo back. So,
Looking at the Dolphins team, it's 1-17.
except for Jack Bostock.
Yeah, Tupou's back onto the wing instead of Bostock. But you guys have got Campbell Graham back, did you say?
Yeah. They moved Jai Arrow to lock as well. They're playing Sean Kepi at front row, starting him at front row. Lockie Hubner got dropped to the bench. Look, I think they definitely got the team to get it done, but it's a matter of whether Latrell shows up for him. Because what we saw last week is just Latrell doing everything for that team.
Battle of the gassed fullbacks, or the lazy fullbacks.
Games at Suncorp?
Yeah. Oh, is it Suncorp or it's
Yeah, they're playing Suncorp. Bro, they don't even play at their home ground anymore.
apparently that's their home ground. I've got South 1 to 12.
I think I'm going to go Dolphins 1 to 12.
I'm going Dolphins 1 to 12 as well, just now.
Yeah, that can change.
Thanks, guys.
But I swear this game was played last week. I swear we were playing a back-to-back. We're playing an Origin game, Melbourne versus Cronulla. But this time it's an Amy. I swear we were talking about it last week.
This so weird, bro.
How do you, for us, for example, we play Canberra twice in 5 games.
Yeah, we've already versed Titans
and
twice.
then we don't play Penrith until round 27.
Yeah, we're the same thing. We don't verse Storm till the late round.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Sharks are unchanged 1 to 13.
Melbourne are through 1 to 13
I
as
think
well.
Melbourne switch it on, man. I think Melbourne 13.
No, I think Anderson's back this week, yeah?
Yeah, he is. Jack Howarth got dropped. Or maybe he's injured, I don't know.
But Anderson's back this week. What are we thinking?
I think Melbourne blow
Bro,
them out, man.
we called Melbourne at the first game to blow them out, and then Sharks put on a performance. So I think Melbourne will get him back.
I think Melbourne 1 to 12. They
Sharks-
always seem to play a gritty game.
But Sharks have got it done against the Storm now for quite a few times actually.
Bro, you know they've been going win-loss for about 5 games. These two teams, they keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think Melbourne going to get them. By how much? I don't know. I'm going to go 1 to 12. I think
Me
it's going to
too.
be a tight game.
I think so.
And then the final game of the round, we got Gold Coast versus Cowboys.
This is probably the
How
worst
do you
game.
tip that one as well?
This for me is probably the worst game.
I'm
of the round.
probably not even going to bother watching this thing, bro. I might fall asleep.
Behind
snooze
Knights
this.
and Raiders is probably the worst game.
Look, you go. I think you go Cowboys
1 to 12.
with now that Todd Payton's finally given up on Project Purdue.
Look, Project Purdue wasn't that bad, but it's a fact that he took so much limelight off Scotty Drinkwater.
Yeah.
Scotty Drinkwater's a player to change that team.
You watch. I think Cowboys absolutely I'm not going to say the word, but absolutely, you know what?
But Purdue was playing better at centre. Like he didn't perform at all at 5'8" for me.
Look, it's like Payton said this is their long-term plan for Purdue to be their 6. So
Yeah, all right, long-term plan. But do you want to win a comp now? You want to win a comp in 5 years?
The timing was wrong.
Look, definitely Cowboys have their way with Gold Coast this week.
Yeah,
I think
without Jay and Campbell either.
Tom Weaver at fullback, bro. Forget about it.
at fullback, at halfback, mate.
At fullback.
Yeah, the
Bro,
Cowboys.
who the fuck is Alex Wax? Fucking Candle Wax. What's his name? Alec Winkey?
He's been playing as well, bro.
Yeah, he's been
Who
playing.
the fuck is that?
He's been around for a while. He's nothing new to the game.
Jermaine Jolliffe.
It's,
Scored a try last week.
it's Cowboys 13 plus for me.
I'm sorry,
It
but
is.
Titans are probably top 1 dumbest teams in the NRL.
You know, it's funny. I can see every team actually put up a fight for the top 8 except for Titans.
And Knights.
Bro, if
Now with Fletcher Sharp out.
if Knights play the way they did last week, they continue to play like that.
You can't write anyone off. I think I'm going Cowboys 30 plus.
30 or 13?
30 plus.
Okay, I'm going 13.
I want 13 as well.
Yeah, there we go. Who's your player to watch this round, boys?
With his new position, Leho Hopewadi. I think he's going to turn it on against
I thought you would have gone with Turbo instead
Tigers?
to see how he goes at the centre
No,
spot.
he's not my player to watch, bro. He's on the centres. I think Leho is going to get a lot of good ball and he's going to show Turbo why he deserves to be fullback.
Solid.
I'm going to go with Matt Burton.
Do you always pick Dogs for players?
This is the second Dogs player I've ever picked.
For fuck's sake, Sam.
This is the second. I did Curran and now I've done Burton.
You're forgetting that.
You were gonna do Galvin. You're lucky I took it off you.
This is what we've said on camera, mate.
I don't
Officially, this is my
They're
second.
like-
Dogs.
Guys, so
you
you can
got-
understand what we're going through. Sam has his bad habit of writing stuff down on our docs where we share all our points for the episode, and then he decides last minute to turn against it and say, "Oh, I only said it. No one heard it, or no one else heard me say it. I never said that."
No, I didn't.
And
it on
then
camera?
to just to put the ice on the cake, he does the. No, I didn't.
Was it on camera? What does the footage say?
My point exactly.
What does the footage say?
My point exactly.
I'm
You know what?
going-
I'm gonna start showing you our transcripts at the end of the fucking thing.
My
That's
point
more than
exactly.
fine. These guys are making up rumors about me.
My
Matt
point
Burton.
Exactly.
This is his 5th Dogs player, and we've had 5 episodes.
And you wonder why he loves Gus Gould as well. They got a
Love
bad
Gus
habit
Gould.
of fibbing.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
So you're going Matt Burton?
I'm going Matty B.
Yeah, so someone said to me this week, it's Panthers versus Panthers. What are your thoughts?
Bit of a stretch, but I don't hate it.
It's funny. First versus 8th, and first is the Bulldogs.
Panthers. Panthers are first.
The
But how many
second team.
Panthers? How many ex-Panthers do you have?
So
Three
basically,
off the top of my head.
if Dogs or Panthers win, it's a win-win for Panthers.
Pretty much, yeah.
You
Well,
guys are
but we're re-signing others that we let go, like Brent Naden and stuff. But currently, top of my head, I think we've got 3.
Kickout, Crichton, and Burton. Probably your top 5 best players as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So you
sure.
guys are like that toxic ex that just
Jacob
won't fuck off.
Preston was a Penrith junior.
No,
as
he
well.
was a Manly junior.
you
Until Bulldogs.
spastic.
Until Bulldogs posted.
I gotta know about Jacob Preston, please, mate.
You know who was a Bulldogs junior?
Tell me.
A Panthers junior?
Okay.
Gus Gould.
That's
He's at
also
the Dogs
Panthers
now.
junior. That's 4.
And he's at the
Serraldo.
Soraldo. Panthers versus Panthers, mate. It's not a crazy idea to
I'll
say.
just be happy if the blue and
Connor
white ones
Tracy?
win.
The Bulldogs mascot used to be the Panthers mascot.
Yeah, we did, yeah. That was our first signing. That was what started the takeover. And yourself, Gene?
Myself, I'm not going for a single player. I'm going for it again. It's the Gutho versus Lomax edition. I can't wait to see who comes out on top. I think Gutho's in for a big game, but I also think, bro, with what Lomax has been saying in the media,
They've
how
both
he
got a
keep,
point to prove.
I don't know what he's saying, the weirdos. He keeps touching the boys down there. I don't know what he's going.
Do you reckon that's why you left Lowry out, so he doesn't let Lomax win it?
Yeah, probably. Because last time, did you see when Lowry came on, he was just letting Lomax run through and shit?
Yeah.
Nah, the Gutho versus Lomax matchup is going to be something to watch this weekend.
Both of them got a point to prove. It will be
Who comes out on top quickly?
Lomax.
Lomax.
Gutho. Nah, but we'll see how everything goes this week. I can't wait for you to say, I didn't say that next week.
Yep.
I just
I'm a
want
man of my word.
I didn't say it, but you got to top it off with the